What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, but this is the Trust the Bank podcast, and it's not just any episode. What is it, Joshua? Do you want to tell the people what episode this is?
Hey, man, if y'all haven't been here since day one, now y'all about to be with us for day one all over again because it's our first year anniversary, y'all.
Yes, it is the 1 year anniversary from when we started the Trust the Bank podcast, and I want to know. It's highly doubtful. We asked on the stream yesterday if anybody watching or listening, if you're listening on the podcast platform, come over to the YouTube and comment on the video. If anybody listened to the first ever episode, there were 33 people. So more than 33 people say that they listened to the episode. Y'all are lying. But 33 people listened to it. And I want to know how many people, if anybody, is still with us. You know, it was a very long time ago. We were very consistent and things like that. A lot less consistent than we are now. But we started pretty consistently. We posted weekly for the first couple months. Which is what we do now. But yeah, it's been a year, been absolutely crazy. Obviously, the last, I don't know how long it's been, 3-4 months that, we started up the YouTube channel and things like that. It's completely skyrocketed. And, that's thanks to all of you. So thank you all so much. Makes it so much more fun. Thank you so much for the live stream that we did. We did the live with the viewers yesterday, which was Saturday. And that was absolutely so much fun. I mean, that was amazing to do. We're going to be doing that Saturdays, 5 p.m. Eastern time, I think, pretty consistently. So if you want to be on the next one, send a DM on Twitter, not to Trust the Bank. I still got to change it. DM at TTB_Ravens. But then also on that stream, y'all wanted us to stream on Wednesdays. And, we said we might get into it. So we're going to start setting up game night on Wednesday night. And basically what that's going to be is, we're going to be streaming on the channel Wednesday nights. Don't know the time yet. And I think it'll start maybe next week. It won't be this week. And we're going to be playing games, whether it's, we're playing on the PS4. We don't have the PS5 yet, so don't worry. We'll get them. We'll get the PS5s eventually. But we'll be playing random things. So if y'all want to, I think the first time we'll do it, we'll probably be playing like GTA or something like that. Maybe sometimes we'll go back and we'll be playing some PS3 stuff, and we'll be rocking out with some retro things, just random games that we'll be playing. And then obviously like when Madden comes out and things like that, when the new 2K comes out, we'll be playing that stuff. But we'll try and play with all of you guys. Should be a lot of fun. Just have a good time. Talk Ravens stuff, talk football stuff, talk basketball, whatever y'all want to talk about, Wednesday nights and things like that. Just designed to have a lot of fun because the streams, they're so much fun and y'all seem to enjoy them. But long intro, like 3-minute long intro. What we wanted to talk about in today's video, or this first segment, if you're watching on YouTube, segments will be posted Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So y'all can check them out, or you can head over to the podcast platform to listen to all three in one sitting. Basically, we talked about it slightly on stream. I kind of brought it up, and I believe it was KJ in the chat also brought it up. Basically, the idea of trading Devin Duvernay in a trade for Julio Jones, because I think that the Ravens should do it. Now, why I say that is because, one, if we traded for Julio Jones, and let's say people have been suggesting Miles Boykin, right? Devin Duvernay falls to wide receiver 5 or 6 on the depth chart. He's not going to be ahead of Sammy Watkins or Rashad Bateman or Hollywood. Maybe he'll be ahead of Tylan Wallace, and maybe he'll be 5, but wide receiver 5 won't get any snaps. So why would, and it's not like Julio's on a 1-year rental. Yes, Sammy Watkins is, but okay, maybe for the next few years of his career, he'll be wide receiver 4 for us. But he's got good value. He'd probably be worth a 3rd or 2nd round pick. But then also the Ravens could be dumping his salary. Not like he gets paid a ton of money and there's a big cap hit, but if we traded him for Julio Jones along with, maybe we traded Duvernay in a 3rd, that would be very inexpensive. Or Duvernay in 2/4. that would be so much less expensive than doing something like trading a first round pick and a fifth round pick, or a second, a fourth, and Miles Boykin. Like, I think it'd be very cheap. Yes, we love Duvernay. Duvernay is an absolute beast, but he's just not going to see the field. Even next year, without Julio, he's still not going to see the field very much because he's wide receiver 4 or 5 on the depth chart. It's just really tough. But Joshua, what are your thoughts on kind of just Devin Duvernay? Because I know we're both big fans of him. We've been wanting him to see the field. But what do you think about Duvernay in a Julio Jones trade package?
Hey, man. So, Raiders family, I know y'all pretty much sold on the Julio trade. I know y'all feel like Julio is going to be that next notch to take the offense. I guess we could say bust the bottle off the cap. Bust the cap off the bottle. A 13-year-old Julio Jones, I can agree. So now we're talking about trading. A lot of teams are talking about, Atlanta Falcons won a first rounder. That's not in our DNA. We're not going to give out no first rounders. EDC, the Ravens organization, we love our draft picks. I actually feel like a Duvernay and 2 fourth rounders, or a third round draft pick actually would suffice. Getting that Julio Jones. I mean, Julio played maybe about 3 games last year, and then he didn't want to risk it, or they just told him to sit on down for the rest of the season. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like
I think he played the whole season, but honestly, now I got to look it up.
Either it was this past season or the season before. He didn't play too many games because he was dealing with some type of injury or something like that.
So he only had 771 yards. He played 9 games.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I can't remember if he got hurt or if he sat down. I can't remember which one. But
okay.
Yeah.
But so as far as trade value, that's all. I wouldn't say that's all we have, but I feel like that's the only thing we can do to suffice. Now, if we was able to throw a Tavon Young in the trade, granted, he's been injury prone. We definitely had to understand and see where Sean Wade is, as far as starting as a nickel cornerback and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like I haven't seen Tylan Wallace play yet, but I feel like he may be an actual upgrade and actually may see the field more than Devin Duvernay, for the simple fact that Tylan Wallace is a receiver. And when I say a receiver, someone that can catch, someone that's agile, someone, has good route running skills, someone that reminds me of someone that we actually should have got a Super Bowl with, which is Steve Smith Sr.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tylan Wallace, if we actually going to commit to the passing game, he will be more of a intricate piece than a Devin Duvernay right now, because right now we use Dev as a gadget guy. And he's not that, athletic wide receiver that goes after the catch. Granted, when he does catch the ball, he has good, yards after catch, and, he's not scared to, go with the best and get physical with you. But, we've seen it in that one, I forgot what game it was, but we gave him a deep ball. He didn't try to go up and he didn't try to jump and get it. I don't know if he had problems locating it, or he just kind of gave up on the play, or it was just a rookie mental block, or whatever the case may have been. But I definitely feel like somewhere like possibly Atlanta, he can definitely do what he do, and actually thrive with a Matt Ryan, a veteran QB.
Yeah, and I think people will get upset at me when I say this, but sometimes it doesn't work out. It's just not the right situation, I think, in Baltimore. Now, obviously, I hope he gets the opportunities, but it's just going to be, you said it, Joshua, the Ravens use him as a gadget guy. And now we've brought in 2 more wide receivers that will jump him in the depth chart, which he already wasn't getting much playing time earlier. And the receivers we got in are better than the receivers Duvernay was sitting behind. Duvernay was sitting behind, Willie Snead and kind of Des Bryant for the end of the season. Now we got Rashad Bateman and Sammy Watkins. Sometimes you just need that fresh start. And Atlanta could be that spot for Duvernay. I know he's our kick returner and our punt returner. He's not amazing at it. He's good. But he's not somebody where I'm like, he's our return man for the future. Yes, he had the kick return touchdown against Kansas City. That was very good. I like what he can do in the return game. He's not a negative. Like, it's not like we had, like, when Justice Hill was returning our kicks, it was just like, meh. Duvernay at least brings some spark, but he's not like an elite return man. But Atlanta, he could actually have that opportunity to not just be the return man, but to actually become a wide receiver on their team. Unfortunately, it's kind of the same spot Justice Hill was put in. I think Duvernay's better than Justice Hill, don't get me wrong, but where Justice Hill came in and it was just like, we got running backs. You can be a special teams guy, you can be a gadget guy. Mm-hmm. And he was like, all right, I'll do my job. And Duvernay, since he's only been here 1 year, he's got 3 years left on his deal. Atlanta could absolutely use that. And it's just like, I hope he gets to play for Baltimore. That's not what this video is saying. It's just, I don't think that the Ravens are in a position to give him the opportunity to play. And that means that maybe it's just time to move on. Now, we'll see with Tylan Wallace, because obviously Sammy Watkins only on a 1 year deal. But, him and Tylan Wallace, do we really want to have just like, oh, wow, look at that. We've got young guys as our wide receiver 4 and 5. And if we want to bring in Julio, we're going to have to sweeten the pot and do it by sending over a guy that's not going to be used at all. So that's my take on it.
Devin Duvernay could really be their Taylor Gabriel, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to throw in Justice Hill, because they do like I said it yesterday, they actually like speedy running backs. They don't like, the big bulky guys. I mean, look at Ty Gurley. He's not there anymore. He's a big muscle guy. Yes, he has the speed and everything like that, but he's definitely been, unfortunately, on an early decline in his career. So, sometimes we done said it. New environment gives people that new motivation, and Julio Jones is actually looking for that new environment. He's looking for somewhere where there's a contender where he can actually win. And honestly, we're not expecting a lot out of Julio Jones. He literally could be the next Anquan Boldin for the Baltimore Ravens. If he gets me 700 yards with 8 touchdowns, I'm cool with that. For the simple fact that he's doing his job, he's being productive, and he's opening up the passing game for the rest of the guys, because I'm going to say it right now, with him changing his jersey number, he's going to be a 1,000-yard receiver this year. I'm going to say it. Marquise Hollywood Brown will be a 1,000-yard receiver if we was to make the trade for Julio Jones. Now, if we don't, he has to work harder, because now you put your trust in a rookie and Sammy Watkins. Not saying that it can't be done, but you already know. I already said, I don't fear no one's front seven. I respect everyone's front seven, but this is what y'all get paid to do. Who's going to outstrong the strongest man? But on the skill positions, as far as corners, when you talk about Jalen Ramsey, when you talk about a healthy Denzel Ward, you talk about, we got to give respect to Mr. Patrick Surtain Sr. The second. J.C. Horns, Greedy Williams, those, and what's the other one from Miami? Xavier Howard?
Howard, yeah.
Yeah. Those guys are respected, in the league. And as a wide receiver, are you going to get that separation? Are you going to be able to block him, break him down, with your footwork? Are you still going to be able to catch the ball with him being draped all over you? And, that's the thing we've been dealing with is, a struggling passing game. I think we was like ranked number 31, number 30th in the league. Either way, we was low tier. Yeah. So now, with the upgrades, with Sammy Watkins, Rashad Bateman, you bring that Julio Jones in, and you add, a more motivated Hollywood Brown. In my opinion, sky's the limit in a balanced offense. When you have a balanced breakfast, you go out there and have a great day. So I feel like the balanced offense It takes a lot of pressure off the defense. We don't have to worry about them always getting a turnover or getting a stop. Nah, Lamar Jackson and company is out there is putting points on the board, and we're not doing 3 and out, so just doing field goals.
And people may say, oh, but we brought in new weapons. We brought in Sammy Watkins for 1 year. And if we bring in Julio, Sammy Watkins will be our wide receiver 4. And Bateman will be wide receiver 3 and see the field a lot. This won't be restricting Bateman. It'll restrict Sammy Watkins snaps, but he's injury prone. Like maybe this will keep him healthy, and he'd be a very, very good wide receiver 4. So I don't think taking that I don't think that overall is a thing. But if we trade Duvernay, then that ruins we have too many guys on the bench not getting snaps. You should never be mad at too many good players on the bench. That means that your starters are that much better. But I think that's going to do it for this first segment. Let us know in the comments what your ideal trade for Julio Jones would be if we should do it. I'm thinking Duvernay and 2 fourths would be my ideal trade. Maybe Duvernay a 3rd and a 4th, but save that 1st and 2nd round pick and all that stuff. I would still, honestly, I'd send a 1st because, come on, we'd be sending pick 32 and, win that Super Bowl at all costs. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscribe for Daily Ravens content, and segment 2 will be out tomorrow. But